Well, we are excited to have a friend of the family on our first show, Mr. Jared Allen. Elijah, when I asked you, who do you want to be our first guest, who did you say?
Jared Allen.
Why?
He's my favorite Viking player and is one of my favorite players in the NFC. I collect football jerseys like a Lionel Messi jersey, your jersey, and a Rob Gronkowski jersey, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Neymar Jr. Did you have any jerseys, and what was your favorite?
So I didn't have any jerseys growing up. I had a Michael Jordan jersey. I think every kid had a Jordan jersey growing up. And that was like the one that, especially to get the authentic one, that was some big bucks back then. But you know what? One of the first jerseys that I got when I got to the NFL. So I was a Buffalo Bills and Raiders fan growing up, kind of the two opposites, right? But I got to meet Steve Tasker, and he gave me a signed jersey, and that was like one of the first jerseys I ever hung up in my house was a autographed jersey of Steve Tasker.
Who is the best offensive lineman you have faced in your NFL career?
Oh, goodness. So the best offensive lineman I personally believe is Willie Roaf. And I didn't ever play against him in a game. I played with him, and I got to go against him in practice a lot. And my first year was quite the learning experience to go up against a Hall of Famer like him every day and get my butt kicked.
Did you ever play any other positions in like high school and college or in the NFL?
So yeah, I played some tight end, and I had quite the touchdown to catch ratio until my good buddy Matt Castle overthrew me my last game in Minnesota. Although I was 2 for 2 for 2 touchdowns. I would have been 3 for 3, but he overthrew me. Now I'm 2 for 3 for 2 touchdowns. 100% touchdown ratio in college, though.
Who is your favorite horse? What's its
my favorite horse? Wow, like famous horse or just horse in general?
Favorite, just like horse that you've rode.
Okay, so my dad had a paint stud named Rockin' Robin. So my dad had some really cool horses when I was growing up, but some of them were pretty expensive, and we weren't allowed to ride them and touch them. Rockin' Robin was a nice horse, but I used to ride him all the time and go out and chase cows on him, and then my dad would get mad because we'd come back all muddy. But that was a cool horse. He was a paint horse too, so it was pretty awesome.
What's a paint horse?
A paint horse is a multicolored horse, right? So it looks like they've been painted different patches, maybe black and white or brown and white.
Who is your best friend in the NFL?
My best friend in the NFL. You know what? I've met some phenomenal guys. But hands down, best friend in the NFL is probably Kevin Williams.
Jared, since you've been retired, you've been able to spend more time with the girls. What are some of your favorite things to do with them?
Oh, we just hang out, like honestly. So Brinley and I take golf lessons together, which is pretty cool. Lakeland's my full-on daddy's girl. She's a tank. She's a beast. But yeah, you know what? Honestly, we just hang out. I think it's the little things. I was actually talking with Amy about this
like
the other
American
day.
Girl dolls?
No, we're trying to stay away from that. I just Brinley got a Build-A-Bear. I'm trying to stay away from American Girl. I don't have to spend that kind of money. I'm retired now.
My sister has.
But we were laughing the other day. I remember when we were in Minnesota together, and you said how you used to lay down and hold your daughter's hand while she went to sleep. It was like 45 minutes. You're like, it's probably a horrible thing to be doing, but at the end of the day, like, what's it really hurting, right? But I think that's where we were laughing. It's those simple moments like that you get to laugh. The time where you're just hanging out and your kid's in your nook and you're just watching a movie, or Sunday when you'd be traveling or something like that, you get to spend time and hang out. So for me, every waking moment I get to spend with my family is a true blessing.
That's awesome. Hey, one last question for me is Elijah wants to play football. If you had a boy, what would be an appropriate age, do you think, to let?
Well, I mean, I started playing at 8. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Obviously, didn't stunt my growth, right? I think the most important thing isn't what age they start at, right? Because the contact is going to be relative to speed and power that they have at that age, right? So no one's really going to get lit up too crazy. But I think the biggest thing is to recognize the coach that they have, because I mean, and nowadays there's more emphasis on coach. But if you have a coach that's teaching proper fundamentals, teaching heads up tackling, doesn't have them in full pads every day, banging at a young age. There's so many things you can do from a fundamental level without contact. But teaching those positive fundamentals and teaching, because if you're tackling someone the right way, both sides aren't going to get hurt, So I think, making sure that the team has adequate equipment and you have the coaching staff with the knowledge to understand that no one's going pro at 8 years old, right? So build the fundamentals, build the fun. Not everything has to be contact, and let the kids develop, that way. And that to me would be more important than just an age.
Well, brother, we appreciate you being our first guest. Hopefully it wasn't too hard for you.
Oh, I love it. I'm
What do you
excited.
think
Anything I
Uncle
can do
Jared
for you
like
guys.
Thank you.
I hope it's a huge success. Everybody tune in to Father and Son Football. Love you guys.